Today, we're going to look at the physics behind hitting a tennis ball. There are many different shots in tennis, so we'll be looking more specifically at the forehand and backhand shots. When a tennis ball is hit, it is typically hit at an angle of 18 degrees. The velocity of the ball depends on how hard you hit it, so let's assume it's a fast-paced shot going at 70 miles per hour. We first need to convert it to meters per second, and when doing the math, that would be around 31 meters per second. This velocity is only the horizontal velocity, but to calculate the max point, we need the vertical velocity. To do that, we can take the tangent of 18 degrees, the angle that the ball is being hit at, times the horizontal speed, 31 meters per second, which would be 10.07 meters per second upwards. Alright, so let's do some kinematics and calculate the maximum height that the ball would reach. To do that, we need to use the kinematic equation as shown here. Remember, the final velocity is zero and the initial velocity is vertical, not horizontal. When done, the solved answer would be 5.07 meters. Now this is not really representative of the actual height, as spin is used on a ball, so the actual max height would be around 3 or 4 meters, and depending on the shot, sometimes lower. When we hit a topspin shot, the racket applies a torque upwards, causing a spin. That topspin causes the ball to bounce higher on your opponent's side. So that was projectile motion, and we'll be transitioning to forces that are acting upon the tennis ball. The tennis ball is only really ever in 3 stages: when it is in contact with the racket, when it's in contact with the ground, or in the air. When in contact with the racket, there are 2 forces: the force of gravity and the applied force from the swing of the tennis racket. When the ball hits the ground, there's once again a gravitational force along with a normal force and a slight amount of friction due to the surface of the court. And lastly, when the ball is in the air, there's one force of gravity pointing downwards. Alright, so our last topic will be energy conservation and the transfer of energy. The mechanical energy of the ball, racket, earth system does not change. However, it is the types of energy that do change. The ball transfers from kinetic to potential energy multiple times during a point. For example, when the server tosses the ball, it will have only potential energy when it's at the highest point of the toss, and maximum kinetic energy just before getting hit. During the path of a shot, there is a maximum potential energy at the highest point of the arc, or when the vertical velocity hits 0, and it would be also the same when hitting different shots. Now, if the system is only consisted of the ball and racket, the mechanical energy would change due to the force of gravity. Alright, so that was just a snapshot review of the physics behind tennis. By no means is this everything that you need to know, but if you want to learn more about the physics behind tennis, you can check out these websites, and they have some great information. That's it, and thanks for watching.